Hello, I wanted to show you how to make broadcasts go back and forth between sprites and have them talk simultaneously, both out loud and then with the speech bubbles. So I created two sprites over here. They're going to be talking back and forth, and we're starting with sprite 1. And I want my whole animation to start with the space key. So I'm starting with one of the events blocks. We're going to use a lot of events blocks today. So when space key is pressed, we're going to broadcast message 1, and then we need 2 when I receive message 1 because we want 2 things happening at the same time. So we want one of the text-to-speech bubbles going off, where it's going to say hello, and at the same time we want the speech bubble to come up. Now by doing this,
Hello, what's up?
it sounds kind of, computerized, so I'm also going to show you how to record your voice and then use that instead of the text-to-speech.
Hello.
But if you don't want to do recording of your own voice, you can use these text-to-speech codes, which it's not going to automatically end up in your palette over here. You're going to have to press that little add button, so to choose an extension, and you're going to choose the text-to-speech extension, which gives you these 3 blocks so you can speak something, and you could set a voice to a few options, but you don't have tons of options. And then I wouldn't even bother with this block. So when it receives message 1, it's setting the voice of the sprite to squeak. It says hello, and at the same time a speech bubble comes up saying hello for 1 second, and then it's going to broadcast message 2. So now if I click over to my other sprite, it's receiving message 2, and I drag that in twice. So when I receive message 2, I'm going to give a response of saying what's up, and then at the same time set a voice to something else and speak what's up, and then I can go back to the events block, and after my speech bubble's gone, I could broadcast another message, message 3. And then over here at sprite 2, I can say when I receive message 3, I can duplicate this by right-clicking on it and have 2 of these. So over here we can say our next thing. So under looks, we could say not much, and then also use the text-to-speech to say not much. So again, this is going to sound kind of computerized. So I also went ahead and recorded some sounds. So initially we said hello, so I went over to sounds, went down here to, hovered over this and clicked record and recorded myself saying hello, and then I changed the speed of it so it doesn't really sound like me.
Hello.
So instead of using these text-to-speech blocks, I could use a sound block and say play sound until done, recording 1. And I probably should change the name of that so it's called hello. It'll make it easier if you have a lot of conversation going. And I didn't record something for this one. But if I go over to sprite 1, I could do the same thing over here. I'd gone over to sounds, hovered over this, chose record.
What's up?
And now I have it saying what's up. And again, update the name. And I slowed it down to make it sound like a lower voice. So then here I could say play sound, what's up until done. Now if I press space.
What's up? Not much.
Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of what you're doing with, but if you want 2 things happening at once, I find it most useful to just drag in 2 of those when I receive blocks so that you have one with the speech bubble and one with either your recording or your text-to-speech.